Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the season finale of TNT Footy. I am Taz. Next to me, you've got Moisty, and next to him, you have Eggy. How are
What's
you
going
doing,
on?
Tom?
Hello,
Good,
everyone.
boys. How are we, everyone?
Very
Season
well.
finale. That's good. Oh, geez, my phone's going. Don't talk to that thing.
Yeah.
How are we tonight, boys? It's been a good year, a long year, but a good year.
It has been a very long year. This has been good. Ended too soon, I reckon.
Oh, I think it did. There's still a couple of hundred days till football. I'm not happy about that.
No.
A bit less now, a bit less. It's
Oh,
it feels like
146, I think.
a mile away, but I like the preseason because you get to sort of get an idea of how clubs are training, who's tearing up the track, as they say, and sort of what's going to happen. So I'll go through tonight's agenda. So what we're going to cover is we're going to go through our predictions from before the season started. We're going to run through the viewer question. We're going to have a trade recap. We're going to talk about the trades since the show last week. And then we're going to finish on everyone's favourite segment, Eggy Sports Review.
I don't know about favourite.
We've got another question in. I must have missed that. I'll have to listen to that one live.
You're missing out on plenty of questions, Moisty, but
Yeah.
I think you might know this person actually that sent the viewer question in this week.
And you might know the question too.
Oh, yeah, that's the one we played before.
Yeah.
I should be onto this one. I heard that, but I didn't think allow him to be on the show. But
Well, no one else sent one through, so.
beautiful.
And it's like, what an amazing trade day. Yeah, you got 5 out of your 6 done today.
Welcome, Marty. Welcome. Yeah, huge.
Nice and late too. There was 30 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Which lucky they made
Massive
that trade
fortune.
because he was going to get walked to Hawthorn otherwise.
All right, because we've got a fair bit to cover. Let's get straight into it, boys. Let's go through the predictions, and we'll go from Eggy to Todd to myself.
All right. So we had the season recap for the premiers. Eggy chose the Pies.
Yeah, Todd's got you long. That was terrible.
I had Sydney.
Oh,
Eggy's got one, so he's 1-0.
1-0.
And then I suppose we had the runner-up, Eggy. Who'd you have as runner-up?
I had Carlton,
I had Melbourne or the Dogs.
but I think you actually chose the Dogs when I went back and listened to it.
I reckon I went to the Dogs too.
Yeah.
but I had Melbourne as
I went Carlton as well, so we're pretty close with that one, Eggy.
Yeah, we were close.
Melbourne was there too, not the Dogs.
True. Then we got Wooden Spoon.
I had Essendon.
Oh, I had Essendon too.
I had Hawthorn, so I think I was a bit closer than you boys in that regard.
That's true.
That's a little bit closer.
Still no point though.
We all didn't think West Coast was going to do it.
Nah. And who do we have dropping out of the 8? I got Freo. I got that right.
So I had half a point.
Yeah, you had half a point.
I had Richmond, Freo, Collingwood.
Oh, so you had 2/3 of
2 out of 3.
Well, we'll just give everyone a point there because we all had one.
I had 2, you mofo.
And who comes into the 8?
So I had Gold Coast, GWS, and North. So I got one there.
Yep. And I had Carlton, so I got 1.
I had Carlton, Gold Coast, and West Coast.
Oh!
So you got one there as well. So I don't know. You might lose a point.
I had his Hawks Premiers 2025. We'll have to I'll see over in the off break. We'll try and get a video together of all our predictions.
Our predictions. Then we had the Brownlow, Eggy.
Yeah, I went took Miller, but he got a bit injured.
He was done. I had Bont. So
yeah, how close was that?
You were close.
Yeah.
You were close. I had Miller as well.
Miller, yeah. So I think I dominated that one. Got the runner-up.
Rising Star. I had Sheasel.
I was Rising Star next.
Yep.
Eggy.
I had Aaron Cadman. I don't even know if he got a game, did he?
You got a couple.
He got a couple. I had Harry Sheasel, and if you remember, you can go back and check this.
Round 1.
Dominated round 1, and he will not look back from there, and that's how it happened.
That is true. We have breakout players. Did you guys?
You missed the Coleman there, Taz.
Oh, I think his Coleman's a bit later. Yep.
Oh, you read out what you got, and I'll read from my list.
We've got the Coleman.
And I went Jamie Elliott.
I had Tom Lynch.
I had Lynch as well.
Yeah, got injured early.
And then we had done the Rising Star, and we went breakout players. I went Nick Dacos, but he's sort of already broken out.
It was broken out, but
That
he
was-
can be
that
as
was cheeky.
much breakout as he can from going from a first year player to probably the best player in the competition.
Pretty much. Who do you have, Todd?
I had Zerha and Rao.
Yeah, nice. Rao kind of started to hit his straps a little bit. He still hasn't broken out, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, and Zerha was injured most of the year.
Yeah, I had Motlop from Carlton. He did not really break out. Durham from Essendon. He improved. He didn't break out. Zohar, who was injured, and then Smith from Dogs, who didn't really
do
anything.
Turtles put I had Quaynor as a breakout best year, and I reckon it was easily his best year.
I actually remember Turtle saying that too.
Best year yet. Cody, welcome.
Hey, Cody, welcome to the trade show.
Don't know about breakout though. Well, as breakout as you can be as a defender, I suppose.
Well, he said it'll be his breakout year, his best year.
Yeah, absolutely, and really stamp authority on the competition. I think Quaynor did that.
Yeah,
for sure.
We had big call. I had Rao top 5 in the Brownlow. I think Noah Anderson picked me on that.
Yes, he did.
And North to make the 8, but that was a bit of a jokingly one.
I think you might have got there a year too early. Well, I feel like you had money on the North to make the 8 at the start.
No, I didn't. I was going to, because it was like 80 to 1 or something.
Eggy's big call was for Collingwood to win the flag.
Oh,
hey. Point to Eggy there.
Yes.
I had Carlton to make the grand final but lose.
Oh,
Close.
One game away.
One game off. What did we expect to see?
Cody just put up, I only just saw Taz's post, I thought I would jump on. Thanks for coming, Cody. Thanks for seeing it.
Thanks, Cody. Appreciate it, mate. Hope you're doing well.
What's he still at, you guys?
Your hair's fine, mate. It's nearly as good as mine.
You've got to look after it when you've got some, Tazzy. Then we had what we expect to see. I expected Clarko Coach of the Year, but we all know what happened there.
Next year.
I'm not going to go into it because it makes me angry still. But
next year. What do you have, Eggy?
I had Carlton to rise the most, go from 9th to 2nd, but they went from 9th to 5th. I think GWS or maybe even St Kilda. St Kilda were one of the biggest ones to move.
Third or fourth, technically.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't work like that, mate.
It does for draft picks.
Yours, Tassie?
I had North Melbourne winning more than 8 games.
Oh, that was terrible.
They were only 5 off.
Yeah, that's the shit.
One thing that we will not see.
Yeah, well, I got this one. This is a point. North won't spoon. To the very last game of the year. We got it over the line.
I had Melbourne not to make the top 4. Lucky I went top 4 because they still made top 4, but I was going to put they won't make the top 8.
Top 8, yeah.
Yeah. I had St Kilda improving. They will finish bottom 4.
Oh.
St Kilda improving.
Well, they did improve though, didn't they? They made the top 8.
Hey, I know. I was way off.
Addy's put A-League starts this Friday night.
Go City.
MVFC. Who's MVFC?
Melbourne Victory Football.
Oh, that's it.
Melbourne City's better.
Yeah.
My reason for St Kilda apparently was injuries and Ross Lyon's first season. Preseason games, they didn't look good, and it's hard to see who will kick their goals with no Membry or King. And they were pretty much injured the whole season. They still did well.
Still did all right. I've got 4. I've just tallied mine up. I've got 4 predictions right.
Oh, I didn't even count mine as we went.
I just went back over through them.
Even Sneaky's put City over Victory.
1.
Yeah, 100% Sneaky. Welcome to the stream as well, mate. Carlton climbed 15th to... See, I still think we finished 4th. 3rd or 4th.
Oh,
not on the ladder.
You got 5, Eggy. You got 5.
Oh.
I'm going to say Eggy done best.
For the who drops out of 8, do I get 2 points?
You get a point.
3?
No, you get 1. Get 1 point.
1 point?
Yeah, 1 point, mate.
Per team?
Well, you can get 2 points. You can get 1 0.75 or 0.66, or you can get 1.
Georgie's made it on time this week.
Hey, welcome, old man.
Welcome,
that's funny. Yeah, I did terribly. I'm not.
I think you got about 4, Tassie.
Yeah,
same as me, which is pretty good. We got 4 out of 10, 12.
That's terrible.
It's all right. Early call.
Although
we know pretty big calls in there.
We know what's acceptable for you North supporters. So
that's it. Hey, you guys bombed out the finals this year. Essendon's about the same. Can't win one of those things.
Oh, that's great. That's great. All right, let's move into the viewer question.
All
Your
right.
question. Let's play her away.
Are you ready
Okay.
to go, Eggy?
I think so. Let me just double check this.
And love to hear your thoughts in chat as well once you hear it.
Sorry about the background noise too. I was the person that was doing it was driving. All right, you ready? What's going on, TNT Footy? It's your boy Eggy, mate, from the show. Just want to touch on Gunston's trade. It's Friday now. It's just come out, and I wanted to touch on. I think he's a spy going up. What are your thoughts? I think he went up there when Sam Mitchell come in. He's done a bit of a deal with Sam Mitchell to go up there. He said after a year, if you don't like it, we'll say you want to come back. We'll come back and we'll get all the info from you. Because it seems odd that they haven't given out his number, and now the off season and he's away with half his ex-Hawthorn mates. And the coach was his 3-time premiership captain, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, he might not have been captain, but he was his captain while they were playing together anyway. What are your guys' thoughts?
Thank you to that mystery phoner about that question.
Mystery, hey?
Mystery? I don't know. I think that was Eggy, wasn't it?
Oh, it was. Cody said he went to Brizzy because of his dad passing away.
I think the same. Yeah, I thought that was exactly right. He went up there to be with family up there, and now I think he's got a bit homesick or a bit farewell.
So his family's up there, were they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure some of them.
Right.
Oh.
That makes sense.
It does
He was
make
he was up
sense.
there 12 months.
But then you've got your community. I suppose the wife's friends, the kids' friends. They've probably all just missed Melbourne and come back. I don't think it was a conspiracy. I don't think they've sent him up there to spy on Brisbane.
You're talking very quiet, Todd.
Am I sorry? I don't. I can hear myself, but yeah, I don't think they sent him up there to spy.
And
Artie's got,
oh, sorry, you got it.
sorry, I was going to say Artie's got here, and he's a Hawk supporter. He says not impressed really. Had his time, and we're building with youths, but now I feel we're going to deny youngsters game time. And Cody said, yeah, family up there. I actually agree with Artie on this one because they got rid of Mitchell and they got rid of O'Meara because they were getting too old, and now they've brought Gunston back in.
Yep. We'll touch on that a bit later, you reckon?
I've got with Mitchell. I don't think that was them getting rid of Mitchell.
I think that was his choice, but they
didn't like the review process.
But they were also phasing him out of the midfield as well.
And he was getting, I don't like using the word bullied, but that's how I've heard in the after reviews.
Yes.
On a lot.
Well, they would show 5 clips of the game on the weekend and all 5 would be of him. So from his words, again, we don't know. This is allegedly, but it's quite interesting with the falling out that happened at the end of his career there.
And he's been an absolute jet at Collingwood.
Yeah, 100%. Such a good pickup. All right.
But I agree again with Artie too. I don't think Hawthorn should have taken him. Although there's a lot of history there, but I think it's going to hurt them in the long run.
Maybe I'll just do the trades recap real quickly.
The recap, hey?
The recap. First, I'll do the key dates. The round 1, the national draft starts on the 20th of the 11th from 5:45 to 6:30. And then at 7 p.m. we get round 2. On 3 p.m. the 22nd of the 11th, we've got the pre-season draft. And at 4 p.m. 23rd of the 11th, the final list of lodgements. And just to recap from last week's show, Sydney Swans received James Jordan. And Melbourne got the end of round 2 compensation pick, currently number 39. West Coast Eagles, Matthew Flynn, received from West Coast GWS end of round 2 compensation pick, currently 40. Sydney Swans got Joel Hamling from Fremantle. There was a free agent pick that one. Brisbane Lions got Tom Doty from the LA Doty. End of round 1 compensation pick. Port Adelaide a second round pick. Current number 23 and a future second round pick tied to Fremantle. Fremantle got a future first round pick tied to Port Adelaide.
Come on, Eggy, quicker.
Western Bulldogs, the first round pick, currently number 4. 2 third round picks, number 46 and 51. And a future third round pick for Gold Coast Suns get 2 first round picks, currently 10 and 17. And a future first round pick tied to the Western Bulldogs.
You have a breath, Eggy. Then we've got Essendon to receive Toddy Goldstein on free agent. Then we've got Essendon, Ben McKee, also the same. North Melbourne got the compensation, which ended up being pick 3. Bulldogs receive James Hards. Melbourne receives future third-round pick. North Melbourne receives Dylan Stevens and a second-round pick, currently 25. Swans receive third-round pick, currently 44, and a future end of the first-round pick, which was tied to that assistance package.
What a mouthful.
Then Melbourne received first-round pick. Hey, get your thing out of there. Currently 11th. Gold Coast receives first-round pick, currently 14, and second-round pick currently second-round picks 25 and 35. Then we've got Crows receiving Chris Burgess and a first of round pick, currently 14. Suns received 2 second-round picks, currently 20 and 26.
Do you want me to go from here?
23 and 26, sorry. And yeah, you can take over.
North receive first round pick, currently 18. Gold Coast receive future end of first round pick, which is the second of the North Melbourne's assistant picks. Swans receive Brodie Grundy. Melbourne receive third round pick, currently 46, and a future second. Swans receive Taylor Adams. Pies receive second round pick, currently 33. These numbers might have changed slightly as well over the past week. North receive Zach Fisher and 17. Blues receive pick 21 and 25.
And I think all of them have been bumped back one because of Gresham. They got an end of the first round pick for Gresham.
I think so. I just want to catch us up on chat as well, just while we've got a quick break. Cody's got here. They need him now. They don't really have much of a forward line, do they? We'll discuss that a bit more after we talk about the trades that have happened. Sneaky's got how good were Geelong this trade period? Not. Terrible. And then Artie's got Chol and D'Ambrosio, great pickups. I think he's got Guinea there as well. And Sneaky's got can't wait for North to make 8 next year and the AFL have egg on their face.
I think it's going to be. I hope they do. Yeah, I hope.
I think their only flaw at the moment would be probably the defence.
Defence, but they've got a couple of boys coming in that hopefully gel pretty well early.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toby Pink, hopefully.
Toby Pink, yeah, recycle him through. And then you get Logue late.
So the new trades now. We might go through these one by one and just get a bit of an idea of what we think of each trade. And then at the end, we might talk about who we think's won the trade period and what we kind of expect to see from the next year, if you guys are happy with that.
I'm happy.
All right, I'll start with the first trade. We've got Essendon receiving Jake Gresham and St Kilda received the end of the first round compensation pick, which is now 21. So it's pushed. Everything we just went through, 21 and above, has been pushed.
Okay.
I think St Kilda wins that.
I don't. I think Essendon needed him.
I don't know. I probably don't rate Gresham as high as what some people do.
This year will tell. But
well, I reckon Essendon did, because what did they have to give up? They just the AFL gave
up nothing. That's it. AFL paid St Kilda. Essendon paid nothing.
Because that come from North, didn't it?
No. There's no pick. That's
it's free agent. Compensation. Yeah, don't worry. I'm not thinking straight.
So St Kilda and they probably both won because St Kilda got rid of a player they didn't need and got a pick, and Essendon got a player for nothing.
Yeah, I guess we're not going to know until we see who they get with that pick.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
But Essendon wouldn't have got that pick anyway. So
true.
It's not like Essendon gave them a pick. The AFL gave them a pick. So I reckon that's a 50-50.
Unless Gresham goes on and helps Bombers win a final. I won't say premiership, a final.
Well, it's been 20 years since they've won. That would be a big achievement.
Next up, we've got Tom Fullerton went to Melbourne and Brisbane received a third round pick. I like that from Melbourne.
They needed it, but he's still very much an unknown player, Fullerton. We'll have to see what he does.
Yeah, he's a bit in the bracket of Josh Hackey, for example.
Hackey could have been huge, but
yeah. Yeah, massively. But
and then we had West Coast received Tyler Brockman from the Hawks, and the Hawks got a third round pick, currently number 44, and a fourth round pick, currently number 63.
I think West Coast win that. Hawthorne,
yeah, I agree with
44
that.
44 pick. When's the last time anyone come good from 44?
But where did Tyler Brockman come from? Like, what position does he play?
Forward pocket, and he very skillful forward pocket player. Still very young, but has shown glimpses of becoming an elite small forward. He's got the skills, I feel, from what I've seen. He just needs to get involved in the game a bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, how did I know I was going to end up getting this bloke? Big Goa Newen. Sorry, I've just butchered that, I know. And went to North Melbourne And
missed it. What'd
Richmond
you say?
picked up currently pick number 65 now. That's a hole for North they needed to fill, so I think North wins that. Pick 65 nothing.
Can you tell me anything about him? I've not heard of him before,
He's
including his
tall,
name.
forward, athletic. Oh, I just butchered that. He's athletic. He's a bit Nat Nui like.
Okay.
Front forward, bit athletic, very athletic, and just that sort of player.
Do you think he'll get a good opportunity because you need someone up next to Larky?
Well, that's the thing. It depends on. I think they've brought him in for ruck stocks, but they've got Coleman from Richmond. They've brought in, so there's 3 or 4 buying for that second ruckman forward. So
And
I
what
hope
about
he goes
Comben?
all right.
Is
Comben,
Comben
yeah,
a
I
ruck
think
forward?
Comben's back. No, he'll play back.
He'll play back, will he?
I
Yeah.
think he'll go back and
Interesting.
that back line.
Who's next? Is it you, Egi, or I?
I'll go on this one because I
This
want
is Eggy's one.
Yeah, it started a chain reaction. This one, Lockie Schultz coming in to Collingwood from Fremantle, and Fremantle got a second round pick, currently number 34, and a future first round pick.
That's a
think
50-50.
I think it's
we'll have to
50-50.
see the
Yeah.
future first round pick. And
Yeah.
it's Collingwood's future first round pick, so it's not going to be a top pick.
Yeah.
No.
It's going to be
No.
18, 19 with conversation. You might even get pushed into the 20s.
Well, with Tassie coming in, it might do.
It might get
I
pushed.
thought when I first read it, I thought it was 2 second round picks, one this year, one next year. And I said straight away that Collingwood won that. But as soon as I realized it was actually future first round, I genuinely think it's 50-50.
It's
But
50,
I think
it depends how Lockie goes.
I think Schultz is a gun. I really do. He's still young. He's got a lot of potential, and he's got X factor about him and uses the ball well.
Yeah, no, I agree. I love Schultz as a player. Didn't get a lot. I think he got game time at Freo, but I think that forward line was starved a bit.
Yeah. Well, he played wing in the end.
Did he use?
Oh, wait, no, sorry. He played patches on the ball, and forward pocket. He reminds me of Papley.
Papley, yeah. I think he'll get a lot more opportunity at Collingwood, and that's the reason for one of our picks coming up. But yeah, I think he's going to be a jet there. Yeah,
I think so too. Next up, we've got Liam Henry and a future round 4 pick, which is tied to Freo. For a future, and Fremantle receives a future second round pick and a future 4th round pick. I'm not sure.
St Kilda wins this hands down.
I'm pretty sure they do, based off Liam Henry's second half of the year.
Yeah, I think that's the type of player they needed. They needed some outside run. They've got in Paddy Dow as well. Liam Henry and Paddy Dow are going to be that outside run that they need. They have too many inside mids. They've got no run. And they're the 2 players they had to attack because that's the type of player they need, the outside runner. Yeah,
I might have to turn you up, I think, Todd.
Sorry, mate. You hear me?
You're just talking very quiet from my end.
I'm screaming.
I don't know if chat's having issues. It's probably just me. My laptop's playing up.
No, so. I feel like it sort of gets a bit quiet every now and then too.
When I get into deep thought, but I'm just hanging. I'll take this off so I can actually hear. So I think that's what it is because I got the noise cancelling. I don't hear myself, but then you'd think I'd talk louder.
Just talk loud.
But yeah, no, Henry, I think he fills a spot that St Kilda need. They needed that outside runner. They had Hill, but Hill's not enough. They need 2 or 3 guys that can run and get to the outside.
Yeah. No, 100% agree with that. 100%. Who we got next, Moisty?
We got Shane McAdam and to Melbourne, and Adelaide gets a future second round pick tied to Melbourne. So it's Melbourne's future second round pick, which I don't think is going to be too low either. It's going to be a second round for them is probably going to be about 36.
I like that for Melbourne.
I think Melbourne wins that too.
Yeah. McAdam's 27, I think, or 28. So he's still got a few years left in him.
And what position does he play usually?
He's forward.
Yep.
He's sort of forward pocket, half forward flank. Can take a mark, but he can also play really well on the ground.
Is he tall or not really? Just sort of average, about the 180?
Mid. Yeah, he's about mid.
Yeah, he's like a mid-side, probably similar to Toby Green's height.
Yeah.
So he's not like a small forward. He's like that medium style.
again, that fits a hole that Melbourne need.
Yes.
Their forward line's
Absolutely.
crying out for these players to come in there and just take advantage of the inside 50s they're getting.
Yep. Definitely. What do you guys think in chat so far? Love to hear your thoughts.
Artie's also put in chat, Hawks, yo, get Bailey Smith too. I'm not sure what that is.
To get Bailey Smith.
I
they?
don't think they can now. I
Do you think?
that
Do you think
trade is
next
done.
year?
Or they've got a half
well-
year. Well, yeah, it will be next year, but there's a half.
Depends on the midfield time. I think he stayed at the Dogs because he's promised midfield.
Yep.
And it'll be interesting to see because I think he's contracted next year, but then he's a free agent after. Or not, a restricted free agent. If he doesn't get midfield time early next year, he'll be out the door.
Yeah. I actually want to touch on, before the show's out, I want to touch on the CBA.
Commonwealth Bank Australia.
No.
New Players Association contracts. I believe it's called, or contracted or something.
Yeah.
All right. Should I go into the 4-club mega deal?
You
Yeah,
get
mate,
into that mega deal, mate, because this thing's going to be a mouthful.
All right, we got Carlton. What they receive: future 3rd round pick tied to Essendon, future 4th round pick tied to Western Bulldogs, future 4th round pick tied to Fremantle. Carlton gives Paddy Dow, future 3rd round pick, future 4th round pick. Essendon receives a 2nd round pick, currently number 35, and a future 4th round pick tied to Carlton. Essendon gives a 3rd round pick, currently number 52, and a future 3rd round pick. St Kilda receives Paddy Dow, a 2nd round pick, currently number 40, and a future 3rd round pick tied to Carlton. St Kilda gives Nick Caulfield, a 2nd round pick, currently number 35, and a 3rd round pick, currently number 56, and a future 4th round pick tied to Fremantle. Western Bulldogs receive Nick Caulfield and 2 3rd round picks, currently number 52 and 56. Western Bulldogs give a 2nd round pick, currently number 40, and a future 4th round pick. I couldn't tell you who wins out of that deal.
All right, I'll let Tassie go first because I have a clear winner in this one.
What are your thoughts on Paddy Dow?
I don't mind. I'll start from the top. So I'll go with what Carlton received. I don't mind what they received because they've got 2 future 3rd and 4th round picks, which they need for the Camporelli twins coming through next year. So that helps them because they're apparently rated very highly coming through the draft.
And the father-son rule doesn't change before
that's
then.
what I'll... Yes, as long as that rule doesn't change. So if the rule changes, depending on what it changes to, that could be a waste of a trade. But if it stays the way it is, I think that's a good move by the Blues. Essendon receiving a 2nd round pick, which is currently 35, and a future 4th. I don't really know. They've kind of just done a pick swap. Like, they've not received any players or anything. I don't think the draft's that deep this year, so they're probably the loser out of this.
Well, I feel like they get a couple of better picks just to unload some of their picks to get for the other teams to get their deals. That's what I think.
They just pick swapped up the order, so they were just facilitators.
So they swapped a 3rd round pick to this draft to get a 2nd round pick, and they sacrificed a 3rd round pick, future 3rd round pick, to get a future 4th round pick.
Yeah. So I think kind of break even.
They're just the facilitators. Yeah. They probably didn't even need to be in there, but
I'm guessing that they're trying to get something this year that's a bit higher up in the pecking order.
Saints getting Paddy Dow, pick 40, and a future pick in the 3rd round. I think they've done pretty well out of that.
They're likely a winner because of what I talked about before. They need that runner in Paddy Dow. I rate Paddy Dow highly. I can't believe he signed at Carlton the last deal. He should have been out the door then. I think St Kilda win this clearly. Yeah,
I'm with you on that one. And then Western Bulldogs, Nick Caulfield, and 2 3rd round picks. So they've done okay as well.
Yeah. So if I go in an order, depending on the father-son, St Kilda, Carlton, Bulldogs, Essendon. If the father-son changes and doesn't allow picks within the top 20 next year, which is, I think, what they're talking about.
Yep.
That's a wasted trade for Carlton, but they've 100%. Had to preempt it.
100% agree with you there. 100%. I don't think they should be able to change it for next year. They should pull the ruling out, say what it's going to be for the following year, because then teams can work around the trade period.
Got to You've got to put it somewhere though, because then teams are going to go in 2 years' time. Oh, they should have waited till here to trade because
Well, I think
there's always going to be father sons come through.
I think in the trade period, it's only like this trade and then next trade. So I think it should cover those two.
Those two, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you
so
can
they
do
should.
3 years' time though. Like Port Adelaide to get the deal done with North last year did 2 years trade.
Oh, okay.
They did
But
a
that's
big
rare.
2 years away. Yeah, it is rare.
That's rare. I think they need to say, 2 years before it comes into play to give teams sufficient time to actually prepare for it. Because if they turn around next year and go, this is what it's going to be, well, this is a wasted trade, and Carlton wouldn't have done that trade.
Yeah, and
I don't think it's fair.
I don't think they should touch father son. I like father son in our game. I reckon it's good. Father son's fine. The academy.
Sneaky's put. I think the Saints win it, but I also think Carlton win it too. We basically landed Hollands for Dow.
Hollands wasn't in that trade.
No, I wasn't, but he will be later. We'll touch on
you get the pick from Hollands to get him that.
Potentially.
Yeah,
we'll touch on.
We'll keep going on because we can talk about that one all night. We've got Port Adelaide getting Ivan Solo and a 3rd round pick, currently 50, and Richmond gets a 2nd round pick, currently 41, a 3rd round pick, currently 49, and a future 2nd round pick tied to Fremantle, and a future 4th round pick tied to Port Adelaide.
A lot of pick swapping there.
Yeah,
a lot of pick swapping. Port Adelaide. They got their man Solo, but they also got Sweet.
Yes, we'll touch on that later.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think, but Richmond got nothing.
No, well, they got a 2nd round. Yeah, not much.
Well, it's 40. It's going to be the 40s. The 2nd round Fremantle might be 30, maybe 20, 28, 30. But...
Well, I think the 3rd rounder currently 50 swap for the 3rd rounder 49 is almost a straight swap. So they got a future 2nd round, a future 4th round, and the current 41th pick for Ivan Solder, I reckon.
Yeah. Eggy, do you want to put this up on the screen behind us?
Yes, I can do that.
Just so people that are watching
what we're looking at.
Have a look, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It depends how Soldo plays, but Richmond really got nothing. But you wouldn't expect much for Soldo.
Beautiful. That looks better. No, and he's 28. He's actually older than I thought he was.
Yeah, he come in late. He was a late draftee.
Mature age.
Mature age. That's the one. That's the word I was looking for. Tassie, take us through the next one because this was a pick that I reckon had to happen after.
Well, we picked it early.
You did.
As soon as we
knew
Shields
was going,
I was in denial. I didn't want him to go. He was the best. He was our best sub going around.
Brozza.
I asked a lot of people this question, and it was funny because if you ask Collingwood, he had to stay because he owed them. You asked someone who went for any other club, he had to go to better his career.
Yeah,
there was
correct.
No way to stay. But if you ask the Collingwood, he owed us. We gave him a chance. He should have stayed. He should have showed loyalty. If you asked any other supporter of the AFL, it was he had to go to better his career.
He did.
You've also got like Collingwood supporters that can actually see the other side of it as well, where he did need to go because he wasn't going to get game time.
Well,
that's too. Like
fourth small forward.
Yeah, correct. And that's part of the reason why Paddy Dow.
What were you saying? Sorry,
like you look at it like for his point of view, like the best time for him to go is now. This would be when he worth the most.
He's won the flag.
Yeah, he's won the flag, and like it wasn't like in the starting team all year, but like he was a sub and he's made the flag. Like it would have been better 2020, 2022 when he kicked 40 goals and he got the Anzac Day medal and that. But he still had 2 years left on his contract.
But he didn't really get a chance to do that this year.
No, because Bobby Hill come in and then sort of pushed him out of the.
And he sort of had that little muck up in the start of the year too, so that's what got him out of the side, and he had to fight to get back in there.
And correct. Now they've got Lockie Schultz. He's probably going to get even less game time, and then
that's it. You got Schultz, Elliott, and Bobby Hill down there. You're not going to fit a Ginnivan in as well.
No,
for the record, I better say who we're talking about because I haven't actually read out what the trade.
Yeah, do you want to finish? You read out the trade, but I thought it was pretty obvious when we were talking about Schultz.
Sorry, that's funny. So Jack Ginnivan, a 2nd round pick, which is 39, a future second round pick tied to Collingwood, and a future fourth round pick tied to Collingwood is what Hawthorn received. And what Collingwood receives was a second round pick, which is currently 33, a future second round pick tied to Hawthorn, and a future third round pick tied to Hawthorn. I think that's a win-win for both clubs. No, what am I saying? I think that's a win for Hawthorn.
It depends, yeah. If
definitely win for
Hawthorn
Hawthorn.
shoot up the ladder, that future second round pick could be as high as 45.
Yep.
Could be as low as 30, but it could be as high as 45. And I think Hawthorn have done pretty well. So,
well,
Yeah, I reckon
looking
they
at
have.
looking at what Guinea can do, not this year, but the year before, 30 to 40 goals, I think most clubs would be happy to pay pick 33 for a player who can do that.
I agree.
To me, like a future second round pick is a straight swap for their future second round pick. Like it's
Yeah.
like
Well,
yeah,
it's not because Collingwood's future second round pick's going to be 40, 50.
Yeah,
Like it's going to be high, whereas Hawthorn's, if they spoon, it's 19. If they 10th or 11th, it's like 20, whereas Collingwood's is going to be the top end.
yeah.
True. Sneaky here's just got, when he said we basically landed Hollands for Dow, he's got, I know I'm jumping the gun, ha. Bobby
Yeah.
Hill's a handy player, trust me. Mate, you got to trust yourself.
He'd know that. He'd know how handy he is on grand final day.
Eggy, who we got next, mate?
We got Port Adelaide. We got Jordan Sweet is come from the Western Bulldogs, and they get a third round pick, currently number 50.
Port
Sweet.
wins that. I don't know what 50. I don't know what you're going to do with 50 this year.
Well, they'll end up being 55 or something, won't it?
No, that's 50.
Oh,
They've
that's
taken
as
into
is.
account, yeah, all
Yep.
the picks have come in. Currently 50 is now in case there was late compensation.
Okay.
Maybe 51 because I don't know if this was before or after the Gresham.
After
Well,
the Gresham.
It's going to be interesting with, like you said before, Soldo and Sweet and Lysett.
Well, you got
Oh.
Lysett and Dixon still there as well.
Dixon's full forward though, more than anything.
Yeah,
you've
but he
also
plays the
got
second ruck, Dixon.
It's,
Well,
it's
Finn
Lysett,
Layson took over second ruck this year.
Oh, did he? Yep.
is Lysett the one that they said that might retire, or?
He might not get a new contract
Yep.
potentially, so maybe that's going to be the go, and maybe Melbourne or someone will pick him up as a
Pick him up as a
backup
key forward.
ruckman.
Backup ruck.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting if they play Soldo and Sweet. Because Soldo can go forward from what I understand. They're going to have a very tall forward line with Marshall, Finlayson,
Probably
Dixon,
too tall. Like, if
Soldo.
you've got Marshall, Finlayson, and Dixon in that forward line, you're not going to have a resting ruckman go down there as well because
You wouldn't think so.
most of the good teams attack from defence. You look at the Collingwoods, you look at
Yep.
the Brisbanes, you look at even St Kilda. They're quick off halfback. Those teams run from halfback, and that's how they score.
Yeah, chaos.
GWS, they're just, you can't have tall players marking short players because they're just too quick.
Yeah.
Turn the ball over and it's done.
It's going to be interesting because they both went there for opportunity.
Yep.
So how did Port sell that to them?
Well, that's it. I would have the Sweet one I can understand, but then getting Soldo in before Sweet probably too late to go somewhere else. But he probably should have looked at North or
Well, even North is still not going to get ahead of his area
North
anyway.
and- Yeah, true. I don't know where he's going to go, but it's an
Yeah,
opportunity.
And
it's
then-
just interesting.
Then we got the trade we thought was going to be the first trade off the ranks. It was Port Adelaide receives Asaba Radicalier, and Geelong receives a second round pick, currently number 25, and a fourth round pick, currently number 76, and a fifth round pick, currently number 94.
Yeah, did they not drag their feet with this? They got
Well,
offered that pick 25 day one.
Yep.
Day one was that was the offer. And they said, no, we're not taking it.
They
Day
just
one.
wanted to see if they can get anything more, or they wanted to see if there was anyone else that
It's
wanted
just,
them.
it just dragged the feet from day one. But pick
It's just
25
unnecessary.
from Radical Year was huge.
Well,
It's
they,
just
showed,
unnecessary.
they showed interest last year in them, didn't they?
Yeah. He nearly walked to the preseason draft though. So
And would not been at Port Adelaide if that had happened.
they
but-
should have just accepted it first
Pick
day.
25 for Radical Year. What's he? He's 28, I think, or 29.
But also, what's the point of pick 76 and 94. It's not
No,
going to
it's
do it.
absolutely nothing. All
They're
that
not going to be
is
used.
for, I think they get used if you've got father sons all that coming through. That's it, just for points.
Yeah, or if clubs before them pass.
Yeah, but that's like normally the draft 40, 50, 60 max. 60 picks is the absolute maximum for drafts these years.
Yeah, it's just crazy. But Port definitely win that.
Yeah, 25 is pretty big for Radley. I think 25 was too much.
It is too much. I agree
So
with
I
that.
think
but
Geelong win that.
Diggy said, I think Port absolutely destroyed Geelong on this.
Who reckon Port won that trade? I don't
think
know.
Port
Pick
won.
25 was too much.
I think Port won.
Yeah.
Carlton receives Elijah Hollands, who was a former pick 7, a second round pick, which is currently 28, and a future 4th round pick, which is tied to Gold Coast. And that's another one for the points for father son. And Gold Coast receive a second round pick, which is currently 26, and a future 3rd round pick, which is tied to Essendon. Now,
So Carlton win that one easy.
I think so too. And apparently I heard Cal Toomey say that the pick 28 will end up being 26 anyway. So we haven't actually moved back in the draft.
How do you go from 28 to 26?
The way he explained it was something to do with the academy picks.
Like Gold Coast Academy picks, or
yeah, because they have to
currently
use
26.
Cal Toomey explained it on Trade Radio tonight. I don't understand, but because that means that all the picks would actually move ahead
forward to
not back,
because the academy, but they're plucking those 3 academy players out. So the way you look at, they're not going to move forward to. Gold Coast aren't going to use those 2 picks, but they're going to pluck 3 players out of contention that should be in the top 10.
Mate, I'm thinking, maybe they have to give three picks to get the 3 players.
Oh, they've got to use those picks to get those 3 players, but
it might
I think
be
they've
more
got to
than
use 5 or 6 picks, 5 or 6 early picks to get those 3 players. But these 3 players are top 10, top 11 drafts. So it's worth doing.
So Carlton definitely won that trade because Elijah Holland's a top, I think a number 7 pick, can play an inside mid. Carlton actually, Nick Austin come out and said that they see him in our starting mid next year. The only way I see that happening, because he's an inside player, is half forward rotating through mid, and he pushes out someone like a Hewitt or a Kennedy.
Well, you couldn't get Dow in that side, an experienced inside mid, and you're going to try and run a kid through there.
I know. And the thing is, we get Williams back next year, who'll be playing off half back, which will push Doherty back up on the wing or in the middle as well. So,
and
it's
a kid that was, oh, sorry, keep going.
And it's a good problem to have, is what I was going to say.
But a kid coming off Gold Coast midfield, who I reckon Carlton's midfield's a bit stronger, and this kid couldn't break into Gold Coast midfield. So, I don't know. It's a watch for me. I don't know if he'll be playing. I think he might be playing a bit of twos footy actually.
Oh, absolutely, he will be. We basically replaced Dow with him.
Yeah.
But if he forces his way, and he had a really big grand final in the VFL, he has 33 touches, 10 tackles. I think he kicked 2 goals as well, so he can definitely play.
Can go, But Paddy Dow, what was he doing in the twos all last year?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing.
Dominate.
Pretty much the same thing. So he might. I don't know much about Hollands. I know about his brother, obviously, but
his brother's a jet.
I really rate Paddy Dow.
Yeah. Richmond, we've got Jacob Kaczynski going to Richmond, and Hawthorn got 3rd round pick, currently 49.
I don't mind that. Kaczynski's 25. With Rewalt retiring, they need someone.
Yeah, need someone in there.
Not a superstar, but I think up alongside Lynch. Hawthorn probably could have kept him alongside Lewis. Would have been similar, in my opinion, but we'll touch on Hawthorn soon.
Well, we'll touch on them right now. Take it away.
All right. I might read out.
Oh, Egi's up. Sorry, go, mate.
Do you want to read out all 3 of their trades that you can see on the screen?
Which 3 of those? The next 3?
Ambrosio, Joel, and
I'll minimize this. Oh, down into here. All right, so we've got Jack Dunstan, 2 3rd-round picks, currently number 47 and 61, and a future 2nd-round pick tied to Brisbane Lions. Brisbane Lions received Brendan Ryan, a 2nd-round pick, currently 39, and a 3rd-round pick, currently 54, and a future 4th-round pick. And then we got Hawthorn received Marbio Chol and a third round pick, currently 62. And the Gold Coast received a future second round pick tied to Brisbane Lions. And then we go down to Hawthorn received Massimo D'Ambrosio and Essendon received a third round pick, currently 61, and a future fourth round pick tied to Collingwood.
I think Hawthorn wins the Brisbane trade.
Yep. Yeah,
Brandon
Dunstan's
Ryan,
and nothing.
200 centimetres, can grab the ball like really well. Showed a lot this year. So I think they definitely won that. Hawthorn Gold Coast, probably about right.
Yeah, Chol for a second rounder is all right, and they get the third rounder.
Yep. And then Ambrosio for a third rounder. Again, probably about right. Ambrosio's rated highly, but I don't know much about him.
I can't believe that Essendon nearly screwed this up that bad. They wanted too much for him, so they delisted him and were going to take him as a rookie. But if you do that 3 times in a row, they can walk as a free agent. So if they had done that, he would have got to Hawthorn for nothing.
Stupid, mate. It's what's his name? Dodoro.
Yeah, Dodoro. But Hawthorn probably win those 3, I reckon.
Overall, absolutely.
Brisbane wins the top one, but I think Hawthorn overall come out. I
think so. I actually don't see where Gunston fits into the forward line now, because you've got Mitch Lewis up forward with Chol next to him. Then you've got Jack Ginnivan and I think Sam Butler as the small forwards. Does he come in as a third tall?
But I think Gunston comes into that side to train the Ginnivan.
As a leadership.
And he'll come in there and he'll be the mentor and the Luke Hodge, but from the forward line.
Will he be the third tall like he was at Brisbane?
I don't think so. I don't think he'll probably play the third tall, but he's pretty mobile, so you'll need to cover him with a bit of speed, I think.
Yep. I like the addition of Chol. I really like the addition of him. He kicked 40 goals last year.
Yeah, in the VFL for the Gold Coast.
No, AFL.
Oh, he was running the VFL. Yeah, he played in the VFL granny, though, didn't he?
I'm talking about last year.
Last
year when King was injured, Chol was playing seniors and he kicked 40-plus goals.
Yeah.
That's massive.
He was big in the twos this year too.
Yeah, he was. Him and Burgess. Runster's just got here. Hawks will be a team to watch next year. I think we all agree with that.
Yeah, we all were saying that.
Absolutely.
What were you about to say? Sorry, Egi, we cut you off.
Oh, no, I wasn't going to say anything. I was just copying something.
Oh, sorry.
The other trade we got here is that went right down to the wire.
Well, this is the last 30 seconds, I heard.
Yeah.
They got this in with 30 seconds to spare.
Essendon receives Xavier Dersma and Port Adelaide receives Zerk Thatcher, a 4th-round pick and 2 4th-round picks. Future, I think that's meant to say.
Yeah,
2 future 4th-round picks. Why didn't they just swap the players?
Well, the picks are useless, but you never know. Port Adelaide might need an academy pick next year or something. They might have someone coming through. Dersma's probably better than Thatcher, so I do understand why they had to compensate a bit more.
But he's been injured.
Yeah, but I think Dersma coming in means they get his brother out of the draft as well. I think they want to play together, so I think his brother will go to Essendon.
Unless a club picks him up sooner, but yeah, it's just they were saying all week, why don't they just do a straight swap?
Yeah,
I think because a straight swap hasn't been done since 2015, wasn't it?
Yeah, these 70s and 80 picks, I don't understand them. I don't know why they exist. I don't know why they exist.
Well, like you said, can they use them for father-son, can they?
They can use the points, so they can spend them to, if someone bids on, say, Dacos comes into this year's draft and someone tries to take him at 1, Collingwood's got a match with a certain amount of points to steal the father-son back.
Oh, yep.
You have to pay 3 or 4 picks to equal up to a first-round pick to pay for him.
Yep.
I know what you mean. All right. Well, who do you guys think? Maybe go 3 or 4 teams who you think won the trade or did well.
I think the clear winner is Sydney.
Yep.
I think Sydney won them. I think Gold Coast has done very well to secure their 3 academy picks coming and have 6 first-rounders next year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the draft's looking like next year, but 6 first-rounders is going to be insane. And I'm a bit biased, but I liked North's role in it too.
Yep.
For me, it was Hawthorn, North, Sydney, and Port Adelaide.
Yep, I like it. See, I've got Saints. I think Saints, for what they needed, did well.
They were my fourth. I thought we were doing three. If I had a fourth, it would have been St Kilda.
Saints, Swans, Port, definitely. And Hawthorn. I think Hawthorn did well. I really do think.
I think Port got a lot of players. That was my advice with them, but I don't know what they're going to do with them.
Well, Radigalia fills a need.
Yeah, but then the other two are the same player.
Radigalia and Aaliyah down back. They'll have and Zerk Thatcher. Now, Zerk Thatcher is a very good intercept player. So if the other two can play a bit more of a lockdown, because you got to think Zerk Thatcher was playing on Tom Hawkins. Tom Hawkins is double his freaking weight.
That being said, the other two are intercept defenders as well. All three of them are going to want to intercept defend. I don't see a one-on-one shutdown defender there, which every side needs.
Ali can.
Yeah, but he prefers the over-the-top marks.
Doesn't matter.
He sits off a lot. I think you'll find that backline will get scored against heavily next year because all the players will want to. I'm the loose man. I'm the loose man, and
someone clip this
in translation. No. I'll say this at the start of next year. Those three, I'm pretty sure they're going to get scored heavy against Port Adelaide.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah. That's fair. I think they've done really well. But I think Hawthorn, Saints, and Swans are probably the biggest winners.
Yeah, I saw the Swans because they paid nothing for the picks they got. And
I know that's what hats off to the Swans deal maker. They got all their trades in the first 4 days, in and out, and
bargains.
Yeah,
I don't think they overpaid or underpaid for one.
Yep, absolutely.
And I think it's been like that for the last couple of years. Actually, the Sydney trades.
I said that as soon as they said he was after Adams. I said it'll go through because Swans get who they want for some reason. They want you. You're going to Sydney,
unless it's Norton.
Yeah.
I don't think they've chased Norton very hard.
Yeah, they offered him 11 mil.
Did they?
Yeah, someone did. Yeah.
Yep. The losers.
That's why they had to lock it down this early.
Yeah.
I think the losers are Geelong. To be honest,
I've got Geelong as losing. They did that one trade that should have happened day one.
Yep.
Apart from that, I had one other one. Might have been West Coast. I didn't like
West Coast did something. Maybe Fremantle.
Yeah, Freo lost some players in that.
Yeah.
That's one more question. And who do you think was? Egi, who do you have losing it?
I don't know. Probably Geelong.
Geelong, yeah. I think Geelong were the clear losers. They were the Essendon of the last 2 or 3 years.
With all the media that came out around them and how they wanted a Sava Radigalia and trying to get as much as they could for him. I don't know. It tainted them a little bit.
And I think that stopped them from dealing with anyone else to get anything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they were chasing, but it didn't seem like they did much.
Nah, just wanted to cause issues.
Yeah. I've got one more question before we move on to where's pick one going to end up and who's going pick one, boys?
Eagles curtain.
Eagles curtain. Egi?
Oh, I can't even remember what picks North have got. Have they still got 2 and 3 or they gave them away?
Yeah, they've got 2 and 3. They've got 2, 3, 15, 18, 21.
But,
Sneaky's got here. Also, it's not the Geelong we've seen.
No, normally they're pretty good in the trade.
Or I think North want Harley Reid, but I don't think West Coast will take him because he sort of seems like he doesn't want to go there. So who do you think? I think it's going to stay at West Coast. I think.
Yeah, I think West Coast curtain as well. I think what I heard someone say that North should just not trade with them because West Coast aren't going to take Reid and Reid will slip to 2.
Yeah, 100%. They're certain for curtain.
Yeah, I think Curtin goes over that. Yeah, I think he goes over there, and I think North just get a steal.
Brody's got here. Taz getting an early start for Movember.
I've got one going too, actually.
Also, do you think it's hard, but like with all these, like with the Freo stuff, how many players are left there to come back here? So are they starting to look at maybe it's not worth pulling over Melbourne players?
I think
Eagles are very good.
Melbourne Eagles are normally pretty good at securing them, but I think the Horn Francis from North, I think you'll watch pick one now, be very, very careful with who they take.
Yeah.
But I've got on good authority that I've heard him say it, but I've got on good authority he's happy to go there. And he will put anything into going there. He's happy. Pick one. He'll go to West Coast. He's fine.
Yeah.
Eagles have got a really good track record of getting players from all states and keeping them and embedding them in their culture.
Yeah.
Fremantle, not so much.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's still a risk. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of capital. They take Reed, they lose Curtin, and Curtin's going to be picked 2 or 3. He's clearly the best defender in the comp. So it just depends. Do they want that marquee forward midfielder, or do they want that set defender?
Yeah.
But the marquee forward mid might leave after 3 years. The set defenders, he's going to be a life West Coaster if he gets picked at West Coast.
He'll be another Shannon Hearn.
Yeah.
Yep. Even though Shannon Hearn's not from WA. Artie's just got here about time, talking about Geelong, about time they have been salary cheats for decades.
I've also got... Oh, no, keep going.
I was going to change the topic, though.
Okay, well, I'll just finish off real quick. Oh, no, I forgot where I was going. Here you go. I had it ready to go, and then when you said I was like, oh, geez, what was he talking about? But no, go. I'll remember it, and we'll come back if I do.
All right. With the CBA that's been put in place, one thing I do like about it is that the changes when it comes to media access and the information that clubs must provide in regards to injuries and things like that.
Yep. I think it's a good idea because we're all sitting here with Ollie. We're all sitting here, Ollie. What's going on with Oliver?
Yeah.
Where's the coverage? What's happening here? No, he's good to go. No, he's good to go. Oh, it's delayed a week. No, he's good to go. Oh no, 4 weeks. And we're all just sitting here going, we just want to see the kid play. Just give us a straightforward, honest answer. Doesn't matter if it's 3, doesn't matter if it's 6. We just want to know.
And they've got 15 minutes during a game for the club to announce to the media if a player's gone off and what he's gone off for. So I do like that because when you're sitting there watching TV, you'll be we'll send messages to each other. Oh, Dacos has gone off. What's he gone off for? Or,
what's wrong with him?
Yeah. And sometimes you don't know because you don't see the coverage of what's happened to a player. So I think that's really cool. And that's part of the agreement of them getting paid a little bit more as well, is to have more access to the media.
Which is good. And it's like the interviews afterwards as well. Everyone likes to see that if your team wins, interview the players. I know I hang around when North occasionally win a game. we'll hang around and hear a few interviews, but I reckon it's good. No other sport gets that much access, I don't think, in the world.
I just don't like the losing of a final when a player is physically distraught interviewing them. That's the part we've spoken about this on the show.
Yeah, we had that the other show.
I don't mind it. I don't think.
No, I think it's good. Yeah. I think it's good to get the access to them.
Yeah, No, I didn't mind the Toby Green thing. I think this.
No, you can see he's upset, which shows heart. He shows he cares. Like he's not gonna. And then they're going to come out harder and better.
Every time he's at replayed again, it's going to fire him up.
Yeah,
and you want your captain to show that sort of heart too. You don't want your captain in the rooms going, it's only a final. Who cares?
I don't think they would.
No, I don't think they would. But I like to see that on his face, and you could see he was upset. And they knew they should have won that game, or they knew they could have won that game, and. Not should have. I shouldn't say should have. So I know they could have won that game.
All right, we're going to have to keep moving because it's already 9:29.
Oh,
beautiful.
All right, Eggy's sport review.
Oh, favourite time of the week. Favourite time of the week.
Sneaky, sorry, Eggy. Sneaky's got the Oliver thing wasn't an injury. That's alleged. Sneaky.
Yeah, we're not going to do rumours on here. We're not going to do rumours. I heard he got tattooed and had an infection. That's what we're sticking with.
Yep. All right.
So
time of the week.
EPL. We had a week off the EPL. They played last Monday, so Tottenham is still on top, and they're not back till this Saturday. Rugby World Cup. We saw Argentina beating Wales in the quarterfinal. New Zealand beating Ireland. I think Moisty had something about Ireland, wasn't it? Or was it Scotland or something?
Well, very, very distraught about that because they were doing the zombie theme song. So every time Ireland won, it was amazing to watch to get the zombie going.
But they lost it to the.
They lost, and I was distraught. I was distraught.
England just outdid Fiji by 6 points, And South Africa just beat France by 1 point.
Who wins from here, Reggie?
Oh, I'm going. Oh, I reckon it's going to be England, New Zealand, All Blacks grand final, and have to go for the All Blacks. Yeah.